Hello YouTube, this is Daniel here from Tech Tutorials 101 with another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a managed SQL Server instance via RDS, which is Amazon's relational database services product. This eliminates the need to have a standalone SQL Server and actually build a Microsoft Windows SQL Server as a virtual machine. You can just use this and present it to your virtual machines and then connect to it. So we're at the AWS Management Console here, and to find this, you need to just type in RDS and then come down to Create Database. And you want to select Microsoft SQL Server. I'm going to use the Express edition as this is only for development purposes, but you can use the standard or enterprise if you have sufficient licenses. For the templates, I'm going to select the free tier as that's what I'm using, and then database instance identifier. I'm just going to call it database-test. This username, password. This is all fine here. You can select your storage settings and SSD or normal hard drive. And now I'm going to be allocating it to the same virtual private cloud as my virtual machine here, which is this one here. You can also enable Windows authentication if you want to use any Windows accounts that you've got configured on your instances to access the database. I'm just going to go ahead here and click Create Database. Now this does take some time to create, so I'm going to pause the video. So we can see here the database is nearly completed, just on the last final step of backing up. So if we click into it and under connectivity and security, we can see this endpoint here, and we can use that endpoint to connect to this database from our Windows server. One thing to bear in mind is you will need to allow a firewall rule for port 1433 in the security group. So if we click in the security group, you can see I've already configured this earlier with the MSSQL TCP 1433 port. This rule allows any communication on port 1433 from this security group here, and this security group contains our AWS Windows Server instance, which is here. So now that's been configured, we can come into our Windows Server instance. Just make sure this is copied. Now in your Windows Server instance, you're going to want to open PowerShell and just do a quick test just to make sure you've got connectivity and everything on the networking side in AWS is okay. So we're going to do test net connection. And then we have the name of the endpoint. And then the port, which is 1433. And we can see that's come back successful. And then we want to load our SQL Server Management Studio. You will need to download this separately from Microsoft. I will paste the link in the description for you to download this. This program will allow you to connect to the SQL Server instance and any other instances that you have within your network or AWS. Rule, and then you've got predefined rules in here for certain protocols. So we select MSSQL, TCP 1433, and then in here you can either add the address or you can add in the security group of your virtual machine. Right, so now I can see SQL Server loaded up, and we're going to put in our endpoint. That's our endpoint. And then at the end, you just want to put in a comma and then the port number, which is 1433, and put in your password. And we can see we are now connected to our Amazon RDS database instance. So this, again, this eliminates the need for actually building your database within your server and installing SQL Server and managing all of that, managing backups. All backups will be managed by RDS, so eliminates a massive amount of overhead for your administration. So that is the end of the video. If you have any other requests for videos on AWS, Windows Server, or any other topics in system administration, please let me know. Please like the video and please subscribe.